I was also kind of right.
No, you weren't.
Fruit trees only.
Like an area of plants without the greenhouse.
Of trees, an area of trees that grow fruit on them.
Yeah.
I think you're describing a garden, my friend.
I think you are.
You know what? You're absolutely
and you're
right.
Like, when you're competing with your neighbour who's got the best orchard, no garden.
Benson, do us an intro.
Oh, not again.
Go on.
No.
On the
You
spot.
can't just throw that at me.
I can.
Well, I suppose you didn't you?
I did. I just have
done
done
it. It's happened.
It's official. You've got something in your eyebrow as well. Do you want me
I?
to remove
You've
it?
got something in
Oh, it's
your
now in your head.
eyebrow.
You've
now
got
in
something
your
and
head.
it looks kind of crispy too.
Crispy.
I'd like to try and chew it.
Is it crispy? Where
It's
is
gone
it?
now.
Put it
Oh.
in my mouth.
might just be
I'll
deeper in your hair.
eat it. Oh, it's poo.
So this is the intro, guys. It's a good start. What's the name of the podcast? Who are we? What's going on? Go on, Benson.
Who cares?
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't want
This is the intro.
No,
This
no,
is
no,
the
no,
intro.
no, no.
Everything
I'm not.
that's happened.
I am refusing to introduce the number one comedy news podcast in Yorkshire. It's Killer Rabbit.
Is it?
I don't know. Do you say Killer Rabbit podcast or do you go Killer Rabbit?
I tend to say Killer Rabbit podcast, but that's a bit
Do you not listen
superfluous,
to
isn't
anything
it?
he says ever?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier. Trust me, in life, it's a lot easier if you don't listen.
Just better if you
Yeah.
listen.
Even I agree with that.
I need to start
So
doing
what happens on this podcast, Benson?
Well, apparently I introduce it, which is new. It's
He's
news.
nude.
It's
It's
new
nude
to
to
me.
you.
New to Benson.
So we all get nude, and then I do an introduction. I am joined, of course, by my co-hosts to my right, my far right. No, that's not good.
Careful.
To the next door, but one to me, it's Mr. Adam Chase.
Hello.
Hello, Adam. How are
Hello,
you?
Benson. I'm all right. How are you?
Good, thank you. Good day.
Fantastic. Yeah, not bad.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Perfect
work.
talking.
Perfect talking.
Perfect conversationing.
And then
Good movement of the mouth.
a man,
Sounds have
coming
been
out.
made.
a man who needs no introduction because he's already talking and interrupting us as usual, trying to correct us for no reason other than to help his own idiom.
Oh. That's where you went with that?
It's Mr. Sam.
It is Mr.
Oh, Mr. Sam
Sam.
sounds weird.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
Sounds
like
odd.
that.
Like
I'm
Mr. Ben.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
definitely calling. It's got a double M on it as well.
Mr.
Definitely
Sam.
calling you Mr. Sam.
It's got 4 M's, thank you.
Sam. How are
Okay,
you?
Sam.
Yeah, I'm very
Excellent.
good.
Well, that's good to know. So, this is the podcast.
No, you go. What is this? The podcast?
This is the
What happens?
podcast.
This is it. This is what happens.
The podcast.
This is the podcast.
The
You don't
only
need
one.
any others.
We're the only podcast in Leeds. We're the number one in Yorkshire for comedy, news, art, literature, geography, history, film, and
Video games.
We really should hone in on a niche then, shouldn't we?
sports
with all
and
this
leisure.
stuff?
We're basically the Trivial Pursuits topics of podcasts.
I like
Yeah.
the little cheese wheel. Would you call it cheese or cake? So
Definitely
trivi-
cheese.
Trivial
cheese,
Pursuit, yeah.
It's cheese.
Cheese fan? Yeah, me too.
Now you say it, I suppose it would
It could be
be a
cake, couldn't
cake,
it?
but I've never. It's always been a cheese.
I usually just call them wedges, which assumes cheese.
You don't
You
have
can
a
have a
wedge.
wedge of cake.
No, you can't. You have a slice of
Yeah,
cake.
a
That's
slice
kind of a
of
good
cake.
point.
I
that.
think beyond a certain diameter and length, it would become a wedge of cake.
Right. Okay.
So when does it go from being a slice to... Because I would cut off a quarter of cake and be like, that's a slice of cake.
Oh, that's a wedge.
Just
for
one
me.
slice.
That's a
No.
quarter
That's a
of
quarter
cake,
of cake.
actually.
Yeah,
It's
big
a
wedge.
slice
Big wedge
of
of cake.
cake.
But you
It's a
can
big slice.
You can slice
but it's
cheese.
A slice. You can slice cheese.
You can have a slice of cheese.
But you don't wedge a cake.
But you don't
I
wedge-
think you can have a wedge.
I don't think you can have a wedge of cake.
I think you can.
You can have a wedge of cheese.
Yeah, you can have a cheese
You can
wedge.
have a wedge of.
a door wedge, a sand wedge.
You can have a sandwich, that is true. It's not very nice, but...
So we've gone off on a tangent of ridiculousness. This is Killer Rabbit Podcast. It is the podcast where we go and find some silly stories from around the world. We chat a bit of shit. We have some funny features and stuff, and we have a good old laugh. So thank you for being with us. Thank you for listening. And I want to start the show off with I've got a bone to pick.
Oh, I bet you
Bone.
I do. I've got a bone to pick.
With
Where
who?
does that saying come from? That's another one.
Yeah, where?
I've got a bone to pick with you. Well,
As in, like, I've just got some food that's left. And
I
I'll
would
pick
like
it up
I would
bone.
like us both to pick this bone.
Well, this is where we could maybe look it up and find out if there is some Oh, well, there obviously is an etymology to it, isn't there? But I don't know where it is. Anywho, my bone to pick is with you,
Who?
the listener.
Oh, good. We're off the hook.
That's good.
That's another. That's referring to fishing, I think. I'm just going to question every saying now.
Every idiom that happens.
And now I've started this whole thing. It's not really a bone to pick. It's more of a
Fucking hell.
It's more of a casual observation.
Well,
So-
why are you saying these things?
because I find it a bit weird that a lot of our listeners tend to latch on to the strangest things that happen in this podcast. Like, we talk about
Why?
a lot of stuff, we cover a lot of news stories, we go on about a lot of nonsense, but they always seem to pull on the threads of the most innocuous sounding things.
Excellent.
So, in a previous episode, we did the sort of the trolley phenomena, which was if you return your trolleys back to the trolley bay after you've done shopping,
You're a good person.
you're a good person.
good person.
Good person.
And people have taken to sending pictures of trolleys in weird places now, saying, how bad is this person, or where does this person rank on the good person scale?
Oh, but it's so bad that they're interacting with you.
No, it's great. I love the
Constantly
interaction.
asks for interactions, then moans about it.
Well, this
you
is
can't make him happy, can you?
This is
no one can make
There's
him
no
happy.
middle ground.
this is why I took a step back and said it's not really a bone to pick. It's just an observation. I do enjoy the trolley pictures, actually.
He
So
loves
yeah,
a good trolley.
So-
right, Sam is Bubbles.
so people were sending pictures of trolleys to me and just saying, how does this person rank? But also, another thing that people have really gone with and picked up on and seem to enjoy is the bin thing. So
The bin
The
thing.
bin thing.
The
We
bin
made a
thing.
big deal about the bin thing.
I know we made a big deal about the bin thing, and then the bin came back, and there was much rejoicing. But people have been getting in touch, like saying, "Yeah, bins,
Yeah,
I hate
bins."
I had my bin stolen as well, Sam, in Leeds too." And I was just,
See, I'd have replied with, "It's not all about you."
I feel like we need an angry mob here. We need to go around. We need to find these bin thieves, and we need to pitchfork them.
we do. We do.
Pitchfork them.
Yes.
That's a good idea. Flaming or
Pitchforks
non-flaming?
and flaming torches. You've got to have flaming torches in angry mobs.
Flaming torches, get your flaming torches.
It's a
Hot
bit-
dogs, popcorn, flaming torches.
And your pitchforks. You got to have your pitchforks and your flaming torches.
Oh,
It's not
no,
angry
it's,
mob
it's,
then.
it's BYOP.
Yeah, it is BYOP.
If there's going to have
that's
a
true.
proper riot, that needs a pitchfork. So, one of our lovely listeners has been in touch again about the bin thing because it's captured the imagination of the nation as the whole
It has.
bin stealing thing. If you don't know what we're talking about, you're going to have to go back a few episodes. When did the bin stuff start? It was
There is an episode.
there
that-
is an episode called
named after it called £3 wheelie bin cleaning,
Yeah.
and that's where it started.
Yeah.
What
How much was the
episode is
wheelie bin
that?
cleaning?
Well, this is now the trilogy of wheelie bin chat, isn't it? So I promise you, I will stop talking about bins when you stop getting in touch with me and asking me questions about bins and or telling me about bins. So
Tell me about the bin.
I'm gonna
Episode 15.
episode 15. Thank you very much. So if you don't know what we're talking about and why we're going on about bins so much, go back and listen to episode 15. Anywho, very lovely listener Tiff got in touch.
Not
and-
Tiff.
Yes, Tiff, and asked us a question about the bins, which I've got right here.
I'm just listening to some Killer Rabbit man catching up. Yeah, I was just at that bin, the great bin fucking fiasco and all that. Just thinking, man, like, yeah, Sam, you got your bin robbed and thing, but say if you were just going out and you were in your boxes or something, and
I think that's probably going to be really important.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
fact that
definitely.
you're in your
When
boxes.
you've got to be in your boxes.
I think it's an important part
The only
of this
time that
question.
you
Put
approach
this
the
in your
bin
head.
is when in the boxes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really important that you mention that. I think,
Super
yeah.
important.
you caught the person who were fucking trying to steal your bin. I'd even not in your boxes. So
Oh, maybe not then. Maybe it wasn't important at all.
Maybe
Oh,
not even. No.
Okay, carry on.
if you were just fully dressed or whatever, would you fight them for it? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you caught them and you were like, yeah, what you doing with my bin? And they were like, fucking my bin, dickhead. What are you going to do about it? Would you actually fucking fight for the right for your fucking bin?
Fight for the
Or
right
just
to have a
like,
bin.
well, do you know what? I'm not prepared to fucking throw hands over the bin, so I'll just take it. Or would you fucking be like, nah, mate, fucking my bin, that man. Fucking Braveheart, that shit, man. Do you know what I mean? Got to
Braveheart, that shit.
protect what's yours, innit? What would you do? What would anyone do? What would everyone do? I don't know. Would you phone police? I'm in my garden and somebody's
What's
trying
wrong
to
with
take
you?
my green bin.
I'm wearing my boxers and I'm in my garden. It's just a police emergency. They've got my bin.
He's gone full stream of consciousness there, hasn't he?
He has,
Tiff?
he fully
So you're
has.
in your
A lot of
boxers, or maybe you're not
questions.
in your boxers, or maybe you're fully dressed, or maybe you're in a
Maybe we're in a
tuxedo.
Hey, I'm going to say tuxedo.
It's pretty much the opposite, isn't it? So before we get into this question, would you throw down, as Tiff put it? Would you defend?
No, he said throw hands.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
He said,
Throw
would you throw
hands,
hands?
yeah.
Throw down is like a dance off.
Is it?
If you throw down, yeah.
Are you thinking of hoedown?
No, hoedown's like that. Off what I
thinking of
like. Whose
hoedown.
line is it anyway?
So anyway, before we get into the question, Tiff has
Oh, you
said-
throw down lyrics, don't you?
You'd throw hands or you'd throw down as a fight.
Yeah, I think you can throw down.
I think it's more like a rap battle.
Do you?
Throw
That's
down.
called a rap
Nobody's
battle.
ever said rap battle like that.
Let's have a rap
Would
battle.
one like a rap battle?
You reckon so, motherfucker?
MC Harvard. DJ Cambridge.
Cambro. So yeah, Tiff's got away with words, hasn't he? He's very,
could say that.
He's very much a wordsmith. How many times this whole piece? I've edited it down a little bit, but it was the whole thing that he sent was a minute and
I do remember listening to it. When
yeah,
you
I think
sent
it was a minute and 43 seconds.
Right.
How many times do you think he managed to get fuck or fucking into that?
I definitely heard at least 4 fuckings.
Heard
At least 4.
fucking-
In a minute and
probably
minute
a lot.
43.
A minute and 43
23.
seconds. 23, you reckon 23? That's a fucking lot of fuckings. Fuckings or fucks, either or.
12.
You reckon 12? Well, let's have a listen. Let's see how many he managed.
Fucking bin. Fucking what were I gonna say? Fucking trap. Fucking feet. Fucking bin. Would you fucking throw hands? Fucking be like, nah, mate. Fucking my bin, dickhead. Fucking what you doing with my bin? Fucking chin a minute. Fucking my bin, that man. Fucking Braveheart, that shit, man. Fucking fiasco. Fucking protect what's yours, innit? Fuck it.
There you go. So
many was
there was
it?
16 fuckings in total, which worked out around a fuck or fucking every 6 seconds.
Amazing.
So I think he just seems to replace ums and ahs with fuck or fucking. So
I mean, that's not a bad thing to replace, really.
So we need to focus on the question now. I feel so. To start off with, I mean, I'm not the most intimidating person, as we've covered many times. I'm fairly diminutive in stature, so I don't have the ability to just kind of like do the whole push out your chest thing and scare people off.
I know what you
I reckon
mean.
if you're like 6'6" or something, you could probably work your way out of a lot of sketchy situations.
Okay, right. Let's change your situation.
Okay,
a
change.
bit. It's a dwarf stealing it.
Oh, I'm gonna boot the fuck out.
Fucking punt.
Yeah. It's not often I get to be bigger than someone. And if that,
You would fucking love that, wouldn't you? You'd be like, right, I'm gonna fucking fight you.
finally, somebody's smaller than me, and he's stealing my bin. Because it's been mentioned several times how much I love the bin. And,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
true.
I love my green bin. I can't be without my
So
green
you
bin.
you wouldn't throw down with a regular sized person, but you would throw down with a dwarf.
I wasn't expecting this turning of the table. I just thought the answer is going to be no,
But
because A, I hate confrontation. B, I'm pretty short. And C, it's a bin. But if somebody, if a bigger boy, took,
bigger boy.
if a bigger boy
One
took
of the
my
big
bin,
boys.
Mummy, the bigger boy's taking my bin. If that happened, it would be a case of I would do nothing and then just like fester about it, dwell about
Talk
it.
about it on a podcast.
What
Talk
if
about,
then-
mate, I'm getting annoyed thinking about the scenario.
What
now.
if it was like some 14-year-old scrote kid?
It's definitely
who
gonna
was just,
be
like
a- it's
chavvy
definitely
as
gonna
fuck,
be a
but was
teenager.
smaller than you and was fucking
That's
tiny.
possibly even worse because then
Yeah, I
they'll
know.
come back with a load of them and stab me or something.
And you can't do out because they're underage. You
Yeah.
can't like just punch them.
They're railed up on Prime as well, so they're fast. Like,
Yeah,
that what
they're in
Prime
the
does?
prime. Oh,
Well,
that prime energy drink
the
thing.
Prime, the
that
thing that all
fucking
the kids
that,
are drinking.
that blag. That was. It's just a scam, that isn't it?
Yeah, it's a scam drink.
Is that what it does though? It makes you fast.
I don't know.
It's an energy drink.
Ask one of the teenagers.
It's coconut water, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, I think it is.
No,
classed
there's
as
two.
a-
There's two. There's
It's
two.
it's trash.
There's
It's
an
just
energy
it's just a
drink
crappy energy
They're all
drink that
coconut
someone's
water.
put their name on, and
Red Bull gives you
Made a big
wings.
thing
Prime
about
makes you stab people while stealing a bin. That's
Oh,
the
okay.
common thing. That's the
Okay.
marketing angle they've gone for.
But yeah, I think I don't know whether it was the same when I was younger, but I just get a feeling now that kids and stuff have got it in their heads that they can do whatever the fuck they want and nobody's going to challenge them.
For
'cause you just
me,
get in trouble.
I'd look out the window and see him stealing my bin and be like, oh, I'll get a new bin tomorrow.
Yeah.
And go back to bed.
I mean,
But
there's
you go
also-
back to bed and I'd just sit there, just kind of seething and be like, fucking bastard, stole my fucking bin. Oh, and I'd be like fantasizing about like fucking,
murdering them.
Maybe not
Would you,
murdering.
would you follow them?
Maybe not
'cause
murdering.
could,
maiming. Seriously, maiming.
Yeah.
you could follow them. You could, like, if they've not seen you, you could find out where they're
But then
taking
somebody
it.
would see me following them and I'd be get the chat nonce, and then I'd be like, for fuck's sake.
I'd be like him in peep
Yeah, but,
shirt.
but if you found out where they
Clean
lived,
shirt.
If you found out where they lived, then the real...
Then I just steal the bin back.
No, you would, because then you'd ramp it up. You'd let them have the bin for a bit, and as you plan their demise...
Burn down there.
There's a,
Nothing that bad. Perfectly legal, but irritating.
Dump on the doorstep.
Treacle on all the door handles.
I'm not a 14-year-old kid myself.
Yeah, why not? If that's what
Why am I not a
they're
14-year-old
going to
kid?
steal
If you can't- if you
they're
can't
going to
beat them,
steal your
join
bin.
them,
Fucking get involved. Get involved in the prank.
there's one avenue that Tiff hasn't thought about here. So you stood in your boxes. Oh no, irrelevant point.
Yeah.
And
No, it's very important.
Somebody's taking your.
If I was in my boxers, I'd be much less likely to fight. I
Okay,
think.
but the boxes part isn't where I'm going with this. Someone's taking your bin. The first question is, do you know that's my bin? Not get the fuck off my bin. It might
Go
just
full
be.
Braveheart,
It might
Steve,
be.
put it.
They might just be
a
confused in the
genuine
middle of the night.
It might be a genuine mistake.
I thought it
Everyone's
was my
stood there
bin.
in the boxes. They don't want to spend too much time outdoors because they're in the boxes.
It's early morning after the bin people have been.
Yeah, and then the bin people.
I don't think you can say bin men anymore, can you?
They're called trash collectors, right? They're called refuse collectors.
Trash.
Refuse collectors.
Yeah.
I refuse to agree, but
The bin people.
the thing.
People, the people who live in, we are the bin people.
They come round in the morning and take all the bins away.
Knowing your luck, though, one day you'll pluck up the courage to have a go at someone who's 6 foot plus, and they'll be like, "Oh, sorry, mate, mine's over there."
Yeah, you'll be proper raging.
Let
And
me
they're
at 'em,
like,
let
oh,
me at
sorry,
'em."
it's just a genuine mistake.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd even challenge it though. I don't know if
I couldn't be asked. There's too much, there's too much shit in the world. You don't need to get in a fight over fucking bins. Everyone has to get in a fight over everything these days.
That's a good point.
Fuck it.
That's a good point. That's the world we live in.
Not too
You've
long-
got oil. Everyone's going to fight you.
Not
Yeah.
too long ago, I was coming out of a petrol station and there was a little fucking bastard. See, I'm still seething about it now. Can you imagine how it'd be if somebody stole my bin in plain view? So they pulled out on me on a moped as I was coming out of a petrol station. So I gave him a little toot of the horn. See? Sound we do our own.
We do
sound
our own.
effects. And from that point on, he just kind of slowed right down and was just kind of walking on his moped and just edging it forward.
Right.
But while turning round, staring me dead in the eye and flipping me the bird, like constantly just staring me in the eye and holding his fucking
Right next to your
middle
car?
finger up, just in front
That-
of the car, just
would
constantly.
infuriate me.
And I was getting so fucking angry, but I didn't want to show it because I didn't want to rise to it and show it that I was getting really pissed off. And really, I was like, I want to stop my car, I want to get out, I want to throw him off that fucking moped.
Yeah,
is what I
might
wanted
have-
to do.
I
But
might have done that.
I reckon he was probably too young to be on that moped as well. So I'd guess he was probably between the age of about 14 and 16. But then he was going really, really slow. And then he was doing wheelies and coming round and turning round, facing onto me in the road and holding the finger up. And I was just absolutely raging. And Lisa was in the car and she was fucking raging. And I really just wanted to get out. Oh, my God. And
Just
he
run him
just,
over.
he just knew that I couldn't really do anything.
You could have thrown some at him.
From the car.
Yeah, you just
But
wind
then,
your window down.
but then he could have damaged my car, which is worth a hell of a lot more than his.
and then you
fucking
could have
shitty
damaged
moped.
him.
Yeah, but this is where it goes. Where does it stop? Where does it end? And
When
then,
you run over him and
Usually,
when you run over it,
it
smash his
ends
face
with you
in.
in prison
Exactly.
and him
Yeah,
coming to
it
visit
really
you
does.
and flipping you off.
Oh, yeah.
from the other side of the glass and you're just hammering on it. I'll fucking kill you.
Before you know, I'm in a padded cell. Right, it's time for little Sammy section. Got something very different this week, guys.
How different?
Is it Sammy's big section?
In a numerical figure of 1 to 1,000%.
So one is it's the same old shit that we've done several times already. 1,000.
1,000%
It's crazy and it's out
like
there.
the utterly. It's not even the opposite. It's just completely in another level.
You don't even know what's about to happen.
I need a.
I hope
need
you
a-
both have open minds.
I need a numeric figure.
1,000. A
Oh,
full
is
on,
it
full on
full on
1,000. Yeah,
1,000?
full
Oh
on
my
1,000.
God! Be prepared for anything.
Yeah.
He could turn into a chicken, and we could have to run around like planes.
Oh. Now it's not going to be a surprise.
You see, that would
Oh,
have
sorry.
been 962.
So this is Sammy's section. I'm going to turn into a chicken and ask these guys to run around like planes. Thanks, Adam. Cheers for spoiling that. There you go. I told you it was different, guys. These guys are so crazy. So I would ask you to hold on to your hats. However,
I don't have a hat on.
I do. Do you want to hold on to mine?
can't reach.
Yeah. Oh no.
Benson, just hold on twice for me.
Yeah. Okay, are we set? Are we ready for this? And I thought I'd start off with before we get into the meat of it, before we get into the main thing. I thought we'd start off with a little history lesson. So,
Okay, what history are we learning?
well,
Modern?
you're
Welsh?
You're about to find out, and I've had to dig deep into the archives to find this. Okay, so we'll have a little history lesson, then I'll give some context behind that, and then we'll get into the main thing. Okay, you ready for this?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's go.
Da-da-da.
It's time for a walk through history.
Hello and welcome to A Walk Through History with me, Barnaby S. Cromwell. And today we're looking at everyone's favourite snack, the humble sandwich. In 1762, a few years before TikTok was established, John Sandwich, the 14th Duke of Earlstoke, was preparing a delicious feast of cheesy Wotsits and Billy Bear ham, when, in his haste, an errant piece of ham fell atop a freshly toasted slice of Warburton's. Audible gasp. Oh, sorry. Now, at first, John was dismayed and furious at the trajectory of his ham, but having been caught in the act by his friend Reuben Hoagie, he decided to style it out and loudly stated, "Behold, the sandwich." Now, to prevent getting hammy fingers, which was of course punishable by death until the year 1843, he added a second slice of bread on top of the ham. On taking his first bite, he realized he had stumbled upon greatness. He stood on one leg with his left index finger in his right nostril, as was tradition at the time, and proudly declared, "One day, every household in Britain will have a sandwich." And gosh golly, was he right.
Only an hour left. Don't worry.
Now, cut to modern day, and it's estimated that as many as 1,000 sandwiches are eaten every year in Britain, with endless varieties and combinations, including ham, cheese and ham, ham and cheese, ham, butter, ham and cheese, and of course, smoked badger on rye. But what are your favourite combinations? Let's find out.
Let's find out indeed.
Clearly smoked badger on rye.
Oh, really?
Well, it's a staple.
I jumped inside your mind. So, context. So this was a while ago, and obviously it's been a while since we recorded. Stupid cricket.
Yeah, stupid cricket.
Yeah, out of context, stupid cricket.
Yeah, completely out of context.
Yeah, so the cricket stopped us recording.
The ashes. Not just the cricket, the fucking ashes.
Okay, the big cricket.
The big cricket, one of the
Super
big
cricket.
crickets. It's a
Cricket
major
V2.
It's a major cricket.
It's a
isn't
big old
it?
cricket,
It's
yeah.
a big old cricket. It stopped us recording for a while because it was happening up the road from the Casa del Che studio.
It was. So this was inspired by a message that Adam sent to our WhatsApp group. Adam, can you cast your mind back and remember the post that you sent that may have inspired this section?
No.
Oh, really?
Well, I said a lot of WhatsApp.
I was going to ask you to describe the post, but
I have no idea. What did I say?
It was about a month ago now. So when I first planned this section, it was very
Then
topical.
it would have been topical.
Very
Yeah.
easy.
Can you remember it?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
fantastic.
So-
Sam, please tell me what I said.
Context. So Adam sent a picture of a sandwich which was available in a shop, which turned out to be a shop in Wales.
Oh, I remember.
Okay, do you want to tell us what the picture was?
It was a picture of a terrible sandwich.
A terrible sandwich.
Was it cream egg?
No, not cream egg. It was a chocolate orange.
Chocolate orange and lettuce and butter, right?
No,
That's
no,
it.
No butter.
No
It was
butter.
no butter. It
No
was lettuce,
butter.
chocolate orange, no butter.
Because the butter would have made it terrible.
yeah, of course.
So it was basically a picture of a sandwich that was on sale in a shop in Wales, as it turned out, and it
Yeah.
was a long baguette. And inside said baguette was slices or pieces or wedges of segments of Terry's chocolate orange. If you don't know what that is, it's
what it says on the
It's
tin.
a sexy
It belongs to
chocolate.
Terry.
it's fucking beautiful, right?
Fucking so good, honestly.
And it does belong to Terry.
Yes.
It's
And yeah,
seriously
there's a
right.
very special way of opening them as well.
Yes, so they are available in bar form now, but they're more
yeah,
commonly
no, we
known
don't want, like,
to
the
come in the
bars.
spherical form.
The
And
orange form.
In the orange form, it looks like
It
an
looks
orange.
like an orange.
It's
It's
wrapped
wrapped
in
in
orange
orange
foil.
foil,
Yeah.
so it looks like an orange.
It has seeds
and
in it.
To open it, You lift it high in the air and slam it as hard as you can.
I think the terminology is actually whack it.
You whack it.
So it used to be tap and unwrap, but then
No
they
one
changed.
fucking
They
taps
made
You
it.
smash
They
the
made
fuck-
it too structurally.
It is a
sound.
solid fucking ball.
They changed it a few years ago. The segments used to tessellate perfectly when it had more chocolate in. They've since had put indentations in to remove a certain amount of chocolate, and now they actually open quite freely. You don't even have to whack them anymore, but you do because it's fun and it's tradition.
It's tradition.
Tradition.
You can't eat a Terry's chocolate orange without having a bruised part.
You could eat it like an apple, though. Or an orange, I suppose. But just bite it, start biting
but
it.
no one eats an orange like that. I eat a Kit Kat like that.
I've seen someone eat it.
Anyway, the thing is that
Right,
Terry's chocolate orange, absolutely delicious. In a sandwich, that's a bit noncy.
No.
With lettuce in the same sandwich, what are you doing?
I could
What
see it
about
in
the
bread.
butter?
If it was bread and butter with some chocolate, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
You'd have chocolate spread on toast and stuff
Yeah,
like
you
that.
would,
It's
you
not
would.
a bad thing. You have bread and chocolate.
Bread and
every so
butter
often.
pudding.
Never a bad thing. Lettuce ruined.
Yeah, well, this
And
is
no
the thing.
butter.
I think you can justify most kind of foodstuffs and food choices when you think of it like this. So I thought I'd start off by just asking, what is your dream sandwich? So money's no option. You've got an artisan bakery, a lovely continental deli. You've got access to all the perfect fillings. What are you making? What's that sandwich that really gets your juices going?
Asda Essential Ham.
No, get out.
No, fuck off. So I do like a steak sandwich. Okay, but I'd need a nicely cooked, thick, very rare cut of steak.
What's your
Cooked
bread?
rare. Okay, we're talking like a crusty loaf kind of bread. But no, I like it like a like ciabatta bread. Not we're not talking sliced bread. It's
Yeah.
got to be a single crusty thing that's been cut in half. Like, sliced bits of steak.
Yeah.
But that's got to have been cooked in garlic and butter, obviously, with a bit of time on there.
agree.
Get that. So then you're going to drizzle some nice caramelized onions over the top,
Yeah,
because
you
that'll be
are.
lovely.
Yeah, you fucking are.
Some shallots. You want to fucking deglaze
Shallots and lots.
Yeah, deglaze the pan with some fucking milk and make a little peppercorny steaky sauce thing and have a bit of that on there. Ooh, yeah. Maybe a bit of rocket on top as well. Some
Spinach.
and then some like chutney as like a sauce.
Oh, that sounds
Like a
great.
spread on the top.
That's a
That'd
good
be a
sound.
nice one, wouldn't it?
It's a good sounding sandwich.
sounds
That.
like a
What are
good
you
sandwich.
thinking, Benz?
So I watch quite a few of these like videos on Instagram where it's
All right.
Sandwich
like
videos.
Italian delis in
Yeah,
in New
yeah.
York. So like
In New York.
So you get like a I don't know, like a sourdough or some kind of bread
Sourdough's
like that.
good, yeah.
Pick most of the bread out because then you can fit all your cold cuts in,
Yes,
all of
you
your
can.
hams and your different hams.
That's an American term, isn't it? Cold cuts.
Yeah, well, it's not. It's, it's a
but
culinary term.
See, I'm not a big fan of them hollowing out. I like the bread, man. I don't
I
just
like it,
want
but the bread's
crust.
the bread's still very thick.
Yeah, but it could
It's
be
just
thicker.
but I'd rather have more meat.
But they could
And
just put the
then-
same amount of meat
So
in.
You put all the meat in. Okay, then. Well, don't pull the bread bit out then. Keep it. I mean, this is my
Yeah.
favourite sandwich.
Keep
not
the
yours.
bread. it's mine now. It's mine.
Get out of my
I'm hijacking
Get out of
your
my
sandwich.
sandwich. And then mozzarella, blowtorched.
Oh,
so it
yeah,
melts.
that's a good one.
Rocket, red onion, bit of this, bit of that.
Mm.
Top piece of bread on.
Yeah,
Cut in half on a diagonal to make it look fancy.
that sounds
A
great.
packet of cheese and
Have
onion.
one bit. You've got to have the cheese and onion. Cheese and onion crisp.
Cheese and onion.
Got to
So
have some
that-
crisps on the side of a sandwich.
Yeah, I
that's
like-
just,
I like
that's
crisps.
just
Hot
standard.
fries.
Oh,
If you're in America.
crisps in the sandwich.
Yeah,
If you-
well,
if you're
that's
going a
what
bit
you do.
crazy.
Because you'll have a bit of your sandwich and then you're like, oh, I'll put a couple of crisps in there. That's very good. Let me put more crisps in.
All the crisps.
Cheese and onion.
What's
So, yeah.
your sandwich, Sam?
Well, you mentioned New York delis. Mine would be the New Yorker sandwich with the pastrami and
Oh,
the
yes.
pickles.
I think that's kind of what I was.
Mustard.
Yeah, oh, I love
Heartburn Central.
deli
Yeah.
mustard is fucking well nice.
exactly.
Pastrami with that fucking Monterey Jack cheese in it as
Yeah.
well.
We do them over here though, and they're always in that. I don't know if it's rye bread or what bread it is, but it always kind of feels like stale. It's got
It's not. It's
no
not. It's
give
like
to
it's
it.
not real bread, isn't it?
Exactly. That's
not
it.
really
So I
bread.
put,
It's
I put it in
been
a,
frozen, not freshly baked.
I'd put it in a nicer. Yeah. I don't like prepackaged sandwiches.
Yeah, they're never good.
No.
But you will eat them still.
Yeah, just because there's nothing.
When you get like a fucking like a all day breakfast sandwich, it tastes like ass. Really, it's horrible. But you're still gonna fucking munch it if you're hungry.
I wouldn't have an all-day breakfast one. They freak me out a little bit. Bacon in those kind of sandwiches, and even eggs.
none
in
of
those
it's
kind
real,
sandwiches.
is
So
it?
Yeah.
you'd eat
all
ham or pastrami, but not bacon.
Yeah, I don't know why. I like hot bacon. I like hot bacon.
Have I got news for you, Sam?
The sandwich though, it's got to be the most versatile snack food in the world. You have it
I
for
love
breakfast,
I love
lunch,
sandwiches. Yeah,
tea, supper.
I have
whatever.
I eat a lot of bread and sandwiches. I do. I have to say.
So, on this note, I want to know what, if you've got one, have you got like a guilty pleasure sandwich, a sandwich that maybe is a little out there, that maybe people might turn the nose up at. So the one that I've got that some people are like, oh, what's that about? Which I don't think is that crazy, but some people do. It's just a bit of cheese, a bit of beetroot, and a bit of salad cream. And
Ooh, that sounds good.
you see, you like the sound, but I've had a lot of people go, that sounds fucking horrible. What are you doing there? What are your thoughts on that?
I've had quite a few different, but yeah, Benson, what are your
On
thoughts
yours?
on that?
Yeah, on that one.
mine. All right.
Does that freak you out? Or does
No,
that
because
sound
I
normal?
really like beetroot on a salad.
I love beetroot.
And I'd put cheese on that and salad
Pickled
cream.
beetroot.
Yeah.
I'm a salad cream over mayo kind of
Oh,
guy.
me too.
usually.
Yeah, I like
Every
salad
day.
cream.
Every day. But I know a lot of people. Beetroot's one of them, like mushrooms, tomatoes, that people either love or hate.
Ah, beetroot's beautiful.
Not a fan at all. You know what? I've recently started to like tomato, providing it's contained
Thinly
within,
sized.
Yeah, if it's within a bigger meal.
I wouldn't
eat a
love
tomato.
tomato on sandwiches, fantastic.
It's a
Especially ham.
refreshing. It's a refreshing.
It's beautiful,
pop to it,
but
yeah.
it can't be too thick. If it's too thick, it's ruined.
No,
ruined
none of this beef
the entire
tomato
sandwich.
bullshit.
See, I don't like tomatoes on a sandwich at all because I don't really like tomatoes. And if you try to take it off, it leaves all
We
its
used to
seedy,
say-
seedy goop,
That's the
goopy
thing,
essence.
which is why you don't
Get
want
off
it too
tomato.
thick
Devil
because
juice,
it's
we
too
call it.
wet. You want to thinly slice to add that little bit of cool.
And if it's
nice
been
sweetness.
seasoned, if you season your tomato, salt and pepper on it, learned that from Gordon Ramsay.
Did you? Did you?
You
personally,
season tomato.
came around his house and like, this is how you do tomatoes.
Right,
Then he
Benson.
left.
Okay, right. What we're going to do, right?
You call that a fucking seasoned tomato?
So either of you two got a sandwich that's a
I've
bit out
got
there, a bit
one.
crazy.
I don't think it's out there, but people think it's weird. Fried egg and Branston.
That sounds a bit weird to me.
I've not had that.
bit
I've
weird.
never
So
had that.
good.
No,
It is.
that does sound all right. I do like Branston pickle. I love Branston.
Branston's ace.
So
Sometimes I melt a bit of cheese on it, so it'd be egg. Let the cheese melt naturally via the egg, and then Branston. It's a nice sandwich.
mine aren't really that out there in terms of guilt. I love a crisp sandwich with loads of butter on it. Ready
never had
salted
one.
crisps. Fucking beautiful.
Never,
crisp
ever
sandwich.
had one.
Super noodle sandwiches.
Oh, I love noodles in a sandwich.
noodle
I see. I
sandwich
like
is
dipping
beauty.
bread
Pot noodle
into
in a
the
sandwich.
pot. I'm a super noodle pot guy now.
I'm not into pot noodles, but
super
super
noodle pot.
noodles.
So instead of pot noodles, super noodles, being a pot noodle pot.
But so that
When
when
you
you
say
get
noodles,
do you
noodle
just
pot
get rid
noodle,
of you
super
just
noodle, pot
buy
noodle?
the pot noodles for the pot?
No,
and
no,
chuck
no,
the
super
noodles
That's what
out?
it sounded like, didn't it? Empty the super noodles.
Super
out.
noodle-
Empty the pot noodles out. Put the super noodles in the pot noodle pot.
Super noodles now sell a popped version.
Oh,
of
okay,
super
okay,
noodle.
okay,
So it's like a
okay.
pot noodle, but it's a super noodle pot noodle.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
got you.
And then you dip buttered bread into that. Bah, blah, blah, blah.
So yeah, crisp sandwich, noodle sandwiches.
Jam and peanut butter and jam I've tried.
Peanut butter and jam's beautiful. But
Got to be
staple in
crunchy.
it.
Got to be crunchy peanut.
Got to be crunchy. Oh, okay. So bacon and peanut butter sandwich.
It's what killed Elvis.
He had
Absolutely
jam in it as
lovely.
well, though, didn't he?
Did he have jam as
In his
well?
burger, it was a burger
Did he
with
have
peanut butter.
Didn't he have a hollowed out loaf as well? Sure, they had the whole loaf hollowed
God.
out. And
That
then
sounds
jam,
amazing.
peanut butter, bacon.
Heisenberg also
and then
eats
fried in
That's a good
butter or
one.
something.
Ooh.
Crazy. But yeah, PB&J,
Yeah.
10 years ago, that would have freaked me out.
Oh really?
The idea of it, and it's an American staple, isn't it?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
amount
yeah.
of PB&Js they eat over there is absolutely nuts. But yeah, the whole sweet, salty thing would have freaked me out. But now,
Beautiful.
love it. It's one of my favourite sandwiches.
Beautiful.
The idea of maple syrup and bacon. Ugh. But now,
Oh, I love
I
maple
go
syrup.
specifically to find
any
that.
super
I
salty
make
food.
I'll just make that at home.
Yeah, I make it as well.
Yeah.
Love it. Love
Sweet-
it.
Stack
sweet
of
and
American
salty,
pancakes.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bacon on the side, maybe some sausages, fucking loads of maple syrup on everything. Bit of butter as well.
Yeah.
I like to put it between the pancakes so it melts between them.
I'm so hungry now.
Anywho.
Okay, what are we getting on?
I went down the rabbit hole. I went down the fucking rabbit hole, didn't
Did
I?
you
Because
find the rabbit?
It intrigued me. Yeah, that's our particular rabbit.
Okay.
You can't find him if you go looking for him. You know he only turns up when you least
No,
expect
that's
him.
a
Ah, there he is! Oh my god! So I went down the rabbit hole and I ended up finding this Reddit thread, which
Oh,
was
God.
exactly this. It was people's guilty pleasure sandwiches, right?
got
And
some good ones.
it went from the what? That's fine. That's normal. Like crisp sandwich was in there.
Yeah, that's normal.
That's
That is
that's
just a
completely
staple.
normal.
that
That's
is, yeah.
fine. Went to the absolutely ridiculous. And the weird thing was these are all sandwiches that people actually like and enjoy. Anyway, I plucked some of my favourite sandwiches from this particular Reddit thread. And I've brought them along today.
Oh, God.
And I thought we could try the sandwiches and maybe rate them. And we might find something brand new that we've never had before. That
Come
we
on then,
absolutely
let's
love.
eat some fucking nasty sandwiches.
And the first one is something I've never tried before, but I've always liked the sound of it. And this was actually quite high up in the Reddit thread and
Okay.
was championed by a number of people who were like, oh, yeah, that's one of my favourites as well. I don't know if you've ever had it before. So sandwich number one is cheese and jam.
Oh,
Never had
yeah.
it, no.
You've had it?
I've not had it.
Cheese and
but
Marmite, yeah, but
Yeah.
not cheese and
I've
jam.
heard of the.
But you can get fruity cheese, can't you? So it
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cranberry
I don't see a
Wednesday.
problem with that.
So it's mature cheddar, Cathedral City. Other cheeses are available.
He has no expense spared.
No
yeah.
expense spared.
We
Not
got some-
fucking Tesco's own.
The one that I could see that was mentioned the most in terms of the jam flavours was blackcurrant. So it's nice
I
mature
wasn't
cheddar
expecting that.
and blackcurrant jam. So that is
Lovely.
the first sandwich. So you're
Have
gonna
you made these sandwiches yourself?
Lisa.
Yeah,
has
I was
made
going to
this
say.
sandwich.
This is what I was
thanks,
hoping
Lisa.
for. Yeah, Lisa, thanks.
Lisa, who makes sandwiches for a living, has made these.
I can't believe you're like, I know you're not at work, but can you make me some sandwiches?
Well,
got a-
I
he's
was
got
going to
a
make the
lunch-
sandwiches,
lunchbox.
and she was like, "I think it'll be better if I make the sandwiches." So she insisted on making the sandwiches.
Good choice there, Lisa.
Right, they're all
Good choice.
they're all split into 4, so there's only a little bit. So we'll all have a little section each, and it even brought some plates, so we're not befouling
Hang on,
Thank
hang on.
you.
You had the idea to do this ages ago. How long have these sandwiches been made for?
Well, I had to. Well, this is the thing. I bought all of the stuff for it, and then I went to. Well, Lisa went to make them today, and she was like, "Oh, I ate that." So- and I just got back from the shop to get the bread because I wanted to make sure you had nice fresh bread.
I don't
for
want
this.
green bread.
Yeah, exactly. So
like
I
a
had to
bit
go
of
to the
green
shop
bread.
again to get one of the mystery ingredients. But yeah, the first one is cheese and jam. We'll rate it out of 10. We'll talk about what are your thoughts before we get into it. How are you feeling about the idea of
Yeah,
cheese?
sounds
And
I'm
jam?
good to
okay. It
me.
actually is a very sensible idea. Like you said, you get fruity cheese.
Yeah.
But you never had it before.
No, absolutely.
I've never had it. Would you like to take a slice?
Oh, it's like having a little
little
school
picnic.
dinner.
I'll go for that little bad boy. So I mean, we might discover some culinary delights here.
Oh, don't look inside.
Don't look inside. Why?
You should never look inside a sandwich. It's rude.
Never look inside your
Never
sandwich.
ask a sandwich its age. Very rude.
This is the ASMR part of the.
It is, yeah.
Right,
So
okay.
let's try this cheese
Chin
and
chin.
blackcurrant chin chin.
Apologies to all ASMR fans, but in lieu of chewing noises, here's what it might sound like if a car were to crash into 2 chickens, 4 cows, a horse, and 3 pigs.
Yeah, I'm not really getting the cheese coming through.
No, I'm not either.
It's quite a strong cheese, quite sharp.
Oh no, the cheese comes through after.
Oh yeah,
Here he is. Here he is.
yeah. Got the cheese on the back actually. Yeah, obviously the sweet
Oh,
jam.
isn't that fruity punch? Cheesy,
It's nice, isn't it?
Cheesy what?
cheesy after.
Cheesy rear.
Cheesy afterburn.
Cheesy afterburn. Yeah. It is nice. 10 out of 10 would have again.
That's a good sandwich. That.
That is a good sandwich.
That's nice.
I'm not
Well
going to
done,
give it 10
Reddit.
out of 10, actually. We'll say 7 out of 10. Would eat again.
Yeah, you're going for 7 out of 10.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to score it too high. We've not tried the others.
Yeah,
It's a good one.
I could have definitely had more cheese in there.
Yeah, I think a thicker cheese base.
A block of cheese would have been good.
A full block.
Yeah,
A wedge.
a wedge of cheese. Yeah,
A cheese wedge.
the jam dominates it a little bit. I find.
Yeah, so maybe
But
thicker
blackcurrant
cheese.
jam does.
It's delicious though, isn't
It
it?
is. Strawberries like. Yeah,
I've got the cheese now. The sort of cloying of the cheese at the back of the throat. I like it.
Good time to tell you I'm lactose intolerant.
It's going to smell soon.
Oh god.
Go and die. So you're giving 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'm going to go. I think I'll agree with you. That 7 out of 10. I enjoyed that. I would
I
happily eat
enjoyed
the fourth quarter.
The fourth.
What about you, Benson? What are you scoring out of 10?
I'll go 7. If it had more cheese, if it'll.
Yeah,
I'm not slating the making of the sandwich here.
You better not. She'll kill you.
I think cheese doesn't overpower. You know, like a cheddar doesn't overpower enough.
Yeah.
So it needs to cut through.
Yeah, but it's a mature cheddar. I think they call it sharp cheddar, don't they, in America and
Sharp
Australia?
as fuck.
Yeah. But it's a nice cheddar. It's a nice cheese. It's Cathedral City. Other cheeses are available. But yeah, I enjoyed that. So we're all agreed on 7 out of 10.
I'll go 7 out of 10.
Yeah, 7 out of 10. I reckon. I don't want to score it too high. I might revisit that after we've had the others.
Yeah, maybe it'll
We
go
could
up, maybe it'll go
recalibrate.
down.
Yeah, we could recalibrate.
Calibrate.
Let's recalibrate the sandwich. The sandometer. The sandometer.
The sandometer. So what's next?
So
on
next
the
up,
sandwich table?
You might have expected they do get a little bit more out there. as
Yeah,
we go.
yeah, I'm expecting.
But these are
something
all
crazy.
sandwiches suggested by people who say this is the sandwich.
Okay,
This is where it's at.
Well, I'm up for eating all of them.
Good.
Hopefully, it's not got crickets in it.
No,
We've
I'll
done
still
crickets.
eat
nothing.
it.
What I will say is every element of every sandwich, at least on its own, is delicious.
Okay,
There's
good.
nothing horrible in
There's
any.
no chili.
No, there's
no
no
spice.
nothing hot, no spice, nothing
Okay.
like that.
I will eat everything.
Yeah, let's go.
That is
Okay,
in your
so
magical box.
I enjoyed that. That was a good
Sandwich number 2,
I would eat that
please.
sandwich again. I may
Yeah, I
eat that
would.
sandwich
I'm
again.
glad I didn't have any tea now or dinner.
Oh, good. So sandwich number 2.
I wish I had some blackcurrant jam for later.
I was meant to tell you who these were suggested by as well, just to give a little bit more realism to
Giving
it.
a
So the
disservice
cheese and jam was by Wisteria07 on Reddit.
Wisteria.
Okay, the next one came from Electro Geek. Sandwich number 2 then is Nutella,
Yep,
delicious,
delicious.
and salt and vinegar crisps.
Oh,
Okay. I'm down.
Interesting.
I love salt and vinegar crisps, and I love Nutella.
Yeah, well, this is it.
So
On its own, would you like to grab a quarter of sandwich?
oh, that's got a lot of crisp in it.
You can be the spare sandwich
I
holder.
I think I've had ready salted. Oh no, you know what? 'Cause I've never put crisps. This is the first time I've eaten crisps within the bread. Normally, what I do
Really?
is I put some crisps in my mouth and then bite the sandwich.
I do.
You've never had a crisp sandwich? No. Wow.
I actually said it earlier.
You did say it. You did say it earlier.
Didn't hear you. Okay, let's try sandwich number 2. So Nutella and salt and vinegar crisp. Let's see how this works.
Apologies to all ASMR fans, but in lieu of chewing noises, here's what it might sound like if Arnold Schwarzenegger was placed into a very large blender.
I was sort of expecting them to fight with each other a little bit, but
It's all Nutella.
It's just melding together, isn't it?
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, once it goes in the sandwich, it just becomes one, doesn't it? It just becomes a sandwich
It's a
filling.
new flavour, isn't it?
Yeah.
One of us. One
Yeah.
of us.
It's like the salt wants to come through,
Yeah.
but it's not. It's not.
I got no vinegar. Vinegar's a very overpowering flavouring normally.
I've got vinegar on the back. Again, I can feel. I've got vinegar feel rather than vinegar
Yes,
taste.
it's
There's
feel. There's no top end to it.
Yeah.
It's dulled,
Yeah,
isn't
it
it?
is. It's like
proper
it's just
dulled down.
mouthfeel. It's
Mm.
just at the
Oh.
back of the throat, and it's. I can't even explain the feeling that you get in your mouth from vinegar.
That is nice.
It's nice, isn't it?
Well, vinegar's tangy, innit? It's a tang.
It's a tang, yeah.
But
Yeah.
I didn't get any tang. I just got Nutella. Pure
I've
Nutella.
got a tang. I've got a tang.
I do fucking love Nutella.
But yeah.
Other chocolate spreads probably aren't available.
Natoka from Aldi.
Natoka.
How they've not
Look at
been
these
sued for
crisps.
that shit? Don't know. But
Once you beat Marks and Spencer,
It's a nice sandwich.
It's a good one.
It
It's
is.
also a good one.
I would eat that.
So would you rank that above the last one?
I would put that above the last one.
Oh no, I'm at the same. If the other
I
one was
think
a
that
7, I
they're
wouldn't put
currently
that.
the same.
I wouldn't put that any higher than a 7. It was just a
No,
Nutella sandwich.
I would put the jam and cheese one higher.
But it'd have to be below 7.
6.99.
No, you're copying out as much as he does, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's not much different. That's a difficult one. That I don't want to say 6 because it's not that much of a difference.
Just to clarify, these are Walker's salt and vinegar crisps. Again,
Okay.
top end crisps. Other types of crisps are available, and it is.
I wouldn't say they're a top
legitimate
end.
Nutella.
They're a well-known brand, but they're not a top end crisp.
They're not McCoy's, are they? Let's be
I would say
fair.
it's top end.
No,
Crisp,
they're
yeah.
not. No.
Yeah, but they're better than their own brand salt and vinegar.
Yeah.
Even Walkers have
They're not snack
even
right.
Walkers themselves have another top end.
The
Now,
sensation.
what? Yeah, they have sensations,
Or
but
Max.
then Walkers have them baked ones, which are lower.
Yeah, they're more
shit.
like biscuits.
They're horrible. Them I don't like.
For the
them.
for the
I've
healthy
got
man, the healthy
no
man's crisp.
flavour.
I've got the salt and vinegar there now. Like, I'll lick around the mouth, but the Nutella does dominate. But it works.
It works.
It's strange.
It
I
works.
don't know if it's different because you're taking bites. I'm going whole quarter.
I did
Right.
go whole hog then.
Okay, you ready for sandwich number 3, please?
Absolutely.
So sandwich number 3, this one isn't from the Reddit thread. This is one that I initially found when I went down the rabbit hole, and I actually sent this to the WhatsApp group. And Adam, you said, I'd love that. I love the sound of that.
Oh, excellent! I'm so excited.
But I shared it in the WhatsApp group because I was like, this sounds fucking horrible. So
Okay, let's
I'm
go.
not looking forward to this one.
What is
Okay.
this one then?
So this one I'm referring to as the PPP. So it's pork rind,
Yeah.
peanut butter,
Yeah.
and pickle.
Oh, this is gonna be beautiful.
This is freaking me out. This one.
pickle,
This sounds
yeah,
awesome.
I think it'll be
love
good.
pickle, love pork round, love peanut butter,
Pork round.
rind, pork round,
Pork round.
love round pork.
Really fat pigs.
I just like my bacon to be shaped in circles.
Medallions. So yeah, I don't like pork rinds at all. So this one
Wait,
is
pork rinds, pork scratchings.
Yeah.
these are more
basically.
pork rindy than pork scratching. so
Crackling,
they're
innit?
more puffs.
Oh, crack.
Porky
Yeah,
puffs.
yeah.
So I think that's what pork rinds in America are more like. And so
More
it's-
puff,
I
less
don't think
crackle.
it's going to be the kind of gristly hard pork scratchings. It's going to be like almost like a porky quaver. I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's go.
However, I'm not looking forward to this one.
I am so looking forward.
Sacrifices are being made here. He's going to eat a triple P.
Well, it's worth putting out there that I'm an absolute fanny when it comes to
food?
Eat your food,
You're
yeah.
picky.
I'm picky. I'm a basic bitch.
He said
When I was younger, I
And
used to
do.
be very picky when I was younger, but I don't know, at some point it flicked over, and now I'm just like, I'll fucking try it.
I was never
Give me it.
picky, but there's a lot of things that I didn't like as a child that I do really like. Tomato ketchup, I did not eat tomato ketchup until I
I
was about
hate ketchup
15,
now.
16.
I used to hate a lot of vegetables, obviously, as you do.
I think I've mentioned it before, but I used to get a round of applause when I was a kid if I finished all my food.
Really?
That's how shit I was at eating.
I
So-
always like to try.
So this one's freaking me
Weird
out a
things.
bit. This one's freaking
I get
me out
that.
a little bit. So,
What kind of pickle is it? Like a gherkin?
gherkin?
pickle?
Yeah, gherkin. But I wanted the triple P effect. So yeah, we've got peanut butter, gherkin, and pork rind. Would you like to take a sandwich? What are your thoughts about this one, Benson? You didn't seem too happy with this. fella.
I just don't think pickle and pork goes very well together.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Pork and peanut butter,
Thank
definitely.
you
We
very
know
much.
that. We know that.
And
does.
pickle.
Okay.
I'm going to end up eating all of this out.
So here we go. This is pork rind, pickle, and peanut butter.
Apologies to all ASMR fans, but in lieu of chewing noises, here's what it might sound like if a dog flew a Spitfire.
Oh, it goes through different chapters in your mouth.
It goes through different chapters. Tell me what you mean.
It tastes like a McDonald's cheeseburger at first.
Yeah,
Then you
good.
get the peanut butter in the middle. Then you get the pork at the end.
Oh, I'm scared of this one.
I'd eat that all day.
It's very sweet, isn't it?
I'm struggling with this one.
The pickle adds a sweetness to it. The pork rind I'd switch for something more crackle in it.
Bacon would be good in that.
Bacon would be real good in that.
Yeah. Just proper crispy. Smoked bacon.
peanut butter, and pickle.
It's texture for me, this. Texture's all wrong.
Yeah,
Texture is weird.
the texture of the pork rind is weird.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of that. That's why I'd want something crispier.
Yeah.
But
bit
the
spongy,
flavors
it's a
are
bit
all
spongy.
good. The flavors are all good.
It was a bit challenging. I'm okay with that. I would eat a full sandwich of it.
Yeah, I would.
I love peanut butter as well. One of my favourite things in the world is peanut butter.
I can eat spoonfuls of peanut butter.
So I would. I'm not gonna say it's a good sandwich. The fucking that blackcurrant and cheese one is winning for me though.
Yeah.
But that is really nice and good. But it's a different style. That's a savoury sandwich, whereas that's like a nice treat.
I'd put that 5. 5 out of 10.
I
I
guess-
think if it was
I'm gonna go-
bacon,
I am-
I think bacon would bring that to a 9 out
Yes,
of 10.
the pork rind ruins it because it's like slightly chewy and soft. Not a fan of that. So I put that at a 6 for me. But if you change that pork rind for either pork scratchings or bacon, winner, chicken dinner.
I'm going to give that a 2. I didn't
Oh,
like
wow,
that.
really?
Yeah, I
That
didn't-
bad?
Yeah, I didn't like that. I struggled with that. I ate it all down, though. I ate it all down.
Oh, look at you. Round of applause.
So,
put
right,
them in that order.
moving on then to the final sandwich. What do you tend to get at the end of a level of a video game?
Like a bonus.
Sorry.
Extra life.
Well, before the bonus, before the extra life, what
A
you got?
boss.
A boss, yeah.
This
So
is the boss
This is the
sandwich.
boss sandwich, yeah. This is
Bruce Springsteen.
This is the end boss. Now, I'm going to invite both of you to do it, not blindfolded, but without looking, to see if you can identify the 3 components.
Okay, yeah.
I'll
do that.
be eating it as well.
Okay.
Again, there's nothing in there.
I won't look.
Do either of you have any allergies or any foods that you absolutely hate? And if you've got one of them, I'll tell you. No.
No.
Nothing. No.
Right. Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna try it as well, but again, this one's probably not for me. So I am just Sam, letting down the Sams of the world with this one. This one was a bit further down the Reddit thread and ended up getting him called a nonce.
Nonce.
Hang on. What's in this?
There better not be a penis in here.
No child's penises in the sandwich. So yeah, if you want to close your eyes now,
Is
just so
it
you
is it
can't see.
meat based? Oh,
I don't want to say. I'm going to give you it. I'll let you have a bite, and then I want to see if you can identify the 3 components.
and it's called the boss.
Well, I've called it the boss because it's like the end of level boss. I would say it's a bit more out.
Do I want to put like?
any of the others?
I don't know where it's going to be. How do I find this?
If
sandwich?
you in a
I-
second, if you hold your plate out, I'll put it on your plate, and it will be the exposed sandwich. So there's the sandwich.
Yeah,
Benson, I'm going to
said
put
sandwich.
this on your plate now.
I have a lot of trust here.
Yeah, same.
So
mate,
honestly,
really.
I'm obviously not going to do anything that would poison you. It's just a bit
It's
like
got strumming in it. No, we'd smell it by now.
yeah, it's a bit crazy.
It's
So-
not going to make me sick or anything.
Well, you said all the ingredients are delicious on their own still,
Yeah.
right? We're
Yeah,
still
yeah,
at
yeah.
that moment, aren't we? So
Yeah.
it's not going to
So
be bad.
should we all
Not
go?
that bad.
Should we all go together?
Okay,
I might
right.
not be able to
Tell
eat
me
this
when.
whole one.
Tell me
let's,
when.
Let's go together. Here we go.
I think something's fallen out of mine.
Congratulations, ASMR fans! In lieu of silly sound effects, here's a compilation of all the chewing noises that you previously missed.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Definitely a Kit Kat in there.
Oh, it's not Kit Kat and tuna, is it? There's 3 ingredients.
Kit Kat,
Kit Kat, tuna.
prawn.
Oh, is it prawn? Oh, it's rank, is that? It is really.
I just took a second bite and I don't know why I did that.
I've eaten nearly
Is it
all of
popcorn? No.
So what are you saying?
That's a Kit Kat. Kit Kat, tuna, and ketchup.
I don't know what
are
the
you saying?
third is.
Right, you can open your eyes then.
Okay.
Oh,
What is it? Oh, it's tuna.
no, it's tuna. What are them orange things?
Kat and what's it?
Yep, that was your sandwich.
Tuna, Kit Kat, and what's it?
Somebody eats this sandwich and
I ate
swears
all
by it.
That's a 1. That's a 0.
Are you giving it a 0 straight off?
I like tuna normally,
Yeah, I like tuna.
and a lot of people don't like
I
tuna.
like
but
tuna. I'm
that,
a big fan of tuna,
that-
but yeah, I'm not into that one. That is a 2 or
That
1.
when
I'm
my eyes were
one.
closed, I
I'm
was
going
like, "It's put cat food in this."
one.
No, I would never have done that. But yeah, I am just Sam that eats that as a sandwich and just put it on there. I was like, yeah, I eat this.
I'm just Sam. I can see why you were called certain words.
They specified as well that it's not tuna mayo. It is just the
Just
the
raw tuna. I'm a
just
big fan
tuna
of tuna
straight.
mayo, me.
I
I'm
love-
a huge fan
tuna
I
of
love
salad
tuna in
cream.
a sandwich.
Tuna salad
I
cream.
quite like What's-Its in a sandwich. I've had What's-Its sandwich before.
I'm not a big fan of What's-Its, to be fair, but I actually
Yeah, I don't
seem
mind
to,
What's-Its
I
at
seem to
all.
miss the what when I bit into it. I didn't get any What's-It, so that would have been quite hard to.
Yeah.
Well, you should have just kept eating it like
No,
I
but I
did.
didn't like the taste.
still eat it.
Tuna without salad cream or mayo is very overpowering in anything.
But I quite like the Kit Kat.
Yeah, I do like the crunch
Kit Kat
and that.
with the butter and the bread. I think that was quite nice. So maybe the chocolate orange sandwich would have been delicious.
No,
With
no
like
lettuce.
hold
No
the
lettuce.
layers.
No,
the layers.
no lettuce.
So what we scoring it then, and do we need to reevaluate any of the other
That's a
scores?
1.
That's a 1.
For me.
I'm going 3 and putting that
Okay,
above the
you put-
the PPP.
Really?
Yeah, the texture of the PPP one. I think it was just the pork
That's going to be
rinds, the
stuck
bouncy.
in my mouth now as well.
Well,
It's the
that's why I
flavour.
brought delicious chocolate eclairs.
Oh,
Hey, so I would, for me, my score is that one's a 1, the tuna and Kit Kat and what's it. The PPP is coming in at a 6. Then the black currant and cheese one is a fucking 9.
Oh, you're putting that up now.
Yeah,
the others have made
that's
you.
it
the
now.
black currant cheese I would happily.
But the Nutella and salt and vinegar, that's going to go in at 8.
Yeah, that was my favourite Nutella and
I mean,
salt
I would
vinegar.
eat cheese and jam
Yeah,
just by itself now.
Yeah, I
I
would
suppose
fucking-
you know I've just
I mean, you
thought
do that
cheese
anyway.
and chutney's a jam.
yeah,
basically.
sort of. Yeah.
Sort of.
Not only has more
It's not the fruit. It's a
sort of
vegetable.
savoury things.
Yeah, it's a
isn't it?
vegetable
Yeah.
jam.
Onions and stuff.
Well, it's a preserve though.
I didn't mind any one of those sandwiches, but I wouldn't choose to eat the tuna
Can
one.
you just take it away from me, please?
Yeah, I can take
The
it.
other 3, I would choose to eat those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all through.
absolutely.
Wow.
Cheese and jam, definitely. And now I'm thinking as well, cheese toasty with jam in it.
So there you go.
That's a
Question
good
is over to you. What is your weird sandwich of choice? I'm addressing you now, the listener. Get in touch, tell us, and maybe we'll try them on a future episode.
That's definitely a different.
Because I've found a
section.
new sandwich. I like the Nutella and salt and vinegar. There we
That's
go.
it.
You
I
like the
found
cheese and
3
jam?
new sandwiches.
Yes.
You're gonna have them all at once.
I'm definitely gonna make
You're
them.
gonna have
I'm gonna have
PPP,
the triple.
cheese, jam. Yeah,
I'm going to
triple
put them. It's going to be all 3 mixed in one. We'll see what I make out of that.
Well, I'll tell you what, lads. I don't really know what's happened on this episode, but for an alternative news podcast, we should probably tell a story at some point.
But what about the news of all the awesome sandwiches?
Well, that was news for us.
Good news.
Breaking news! Some weird sandwiches are quite nice, and others are horrible.
And we found out about the history of the sandwich.
That was all 100% legitimate as well.
I can tell.
I
You
believe
tell? It
you.
was all factual.
100%.
Yeah,
I actually know it was factual, yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I did a lot of research.
When he put his finger up his nose and that. I've seen
Yeah,
it
yeah,
happen, yeah.
Dropped his Billy Bear ham, which was definitely available in the 1800s.
100%.
Yeah,
Just a couple of years before TikTok came out.
yeah,
To an
absolutely.
audible gasp. That one. So I brought some alternative news.
Whoa, we don't
my
do
God.
alternative news
Yeah,
on this
get it
alternative
out of here.
news
Give me some
comedy
sandwiches.
podcast.
No. This is Benson's segment.
We're an alternative sandwich podcast now.
Now, you know,
Sandwiches and video games only.
well, it's not a video game, and I haven't read the full thing, so I don't know if a sandwich is involved. However,
He's not read the full thing. Would you believe that?
alternative news, alternative head title, this is for sure, because you think the head title's about to end and it carries on. I'll let you guess which part you think it carries on.
The never-ending head title.
Well, it's just, you think you've heard it all and then it goes on. This is all the head title. Are you ready?
You're doing some great clickbait in here. You think you've heard it all, and then it goes on.
Wait.
And I'm going
You
to
won't
the part
believe.
two?
Yeah, you won't believe what happens
You
next.
click this link. Wait, that's not right. So wait till I tell you this.
All right, we're waiting.
waiting.
We're still waiting.
New from Germany.
Come back for part 3.
Accept cookies. I've accepted cookies. We're going in.
Fucking hell.
New York fertility doctor accused of using own sperm to impregnate patients dies in hand-built plane crash.
Hand-built plane crash?
Hand-built plane crash.
Did he build the crash
He
itself?
built the crash.
Hand built the plane that crashed.
I mean,
No, he
it's
hand-built
too-
the crash of a plane.
I mean, the thing, New York fertility doctor accuses of using own sperm. Full stop. That's a head title.
That's not that uncommon for fertility doctors, though, is it? We've seen this all over the place these days.
Do we?
Yes, there's been people in England and stuff that have been done for this.
I remember Dutch Jizzman, but
remember Dutch
honestly,
Jizzman.
there are fertility doctors. A big thing in IVF treatments.
Sneak their
And
own
they-
seed in?
Yeah, and there are
Sneak their own seed
absolutely.
into the little test
And
tube
there
to
are
the vials.
doctors who have sired hundreds of children.
Oh, well, I take it back then. It's not that alternative news. It happens all the time, apparently.
I mean, the
however,
plane crash
do
part.
they then die in hand-built plane crashes?
Well, they normally die in a normal plane crash, but
Yeah,
they're not
when
often
they-
hand built. So
when
the
they
alternative
hand-build it.
part is the fact that these hand build a plane.
Did he get like an army of his children to hand build it?
Well, let's find out.
Hey!
First of all, his name is incredible. Dr. Morris Wortman. Wart. He really got into the wrong trade of doctoring,
Yeah,
didn't
you'd
he?
definitely be like a dermatologist,
Wortman.
wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Could be removing warts, but nope. He just impregnated people via a test
Imagine
tube.
if you were called Wortman and you didn't become a dermatologist when you were studying for your medical degree.
Stupid.
What sort of stupid things is that to do?
letting down the law of nominative determinism?
That's exactly it. Yep.
No, he
All the
was,
nominative.
up until his death, he was 72. So at that age,
He was
impregnate.
flinging out his spank every which way.
Just so he could go to the bar and say he's still getting people pregnant, I suppose, at that
Well,
age.
I want to know if he was mixing it in or whether it was just like
With other semen.
yeah. What happens in that instance? Well, it's only one.
Surely
it's
just
only
like-
one that wins the race, isn't it? So it doesn't really
Yeah,
matter.
yeah.
So maybe
Well,
they weren't
actually,
even
no,
his.
not always the case, is it? Because you can have twins.
Yeah, true.
And
where-
there's been dual-fathered twins. hasn't
Yeah,
there?
there is where two sperm have
Two
got into the
sperm,
egg.
go to war,
that
go to
egg,
war.
that egg been a hoe.
I take all the sperm.
Yeah, it's crazy when you talk. You know, it's one sperm. It's a singular sperm, but there's
Called
like
Frank.
millions of them.
Frank
That's
the
it.
sperm.
To be here, you once won a race.
and not won a single one since.
What a shame.
Like out of all of those sperms, we won.
yeah, we did.
Bad that, isn't
So
it?
he was Dr. Wortman, age 72, from New York, the New York doctor, was a passenger in the experimental aircraft. What is it with? I imagine he's rich. What is
Rich
it with
people and
and
experimental craft.
experiment transportation devices?
Trying to find the Titanic. It's not in the fucking sky, mate. You need to go lower.
Now, he's been previously accused of using his own sperm to impregnate patients, but then examining
couldn't
his
prove
own,
it.
and then examining his own offspring. Oh, he examined his offspring after.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
So the offspring,
Yeah.
he
The
examined.
band.
Terrible, but terrible band. Great joke. Terrible.
Great band. Terrible
Yeah.
Benson.
Off summer, different band, different season.
Come
Anyway,
on, just tell me. I'm so on
what he's
edge.
on about.
he's been accused of impregnating women and then examining his own children.
What do you mean examining
Examining them how? Like looking at them and
Yeah,
going,
just
oh,
like-
yep,
yeah,
you're a
that's
healthy
a-
baby.
that's a child.
It doesn't go into it. The next sentence is the pilot
don't
was
read
also
it out.
killed in the crash.
So did he like maybe
you can
like
listen to the
so
article. Shall I just
did
play
he
the
like
article?
impregnate some woman when he was a lot younger, like a
Women.
few, some women, and they had kids, and then when they got older and they were like, I want IVF, did he do it again? Is he like genetically diluting the gene pool? Just diluting the gene pool?
I don't
It goes-
understand
it's- to be fair,
what you
the-
mean. He's what
I
was,
don't.
what was
The
in the word?
examining,
Examining, yeah.
I don't understand it.
In a sexual way, just looking at them.
Right. Okay.
After they've been
so,
born.
So the
just-
Is he a
rest. So
nonce?
we'll go back to
Yeah.
we'll go back to the main part of the
Yeah,
story.
let's.
The last paragraph, the last sentence, even. Is in 2021, he was sued by the daughter of one of his patients who became pregnant in the 1980s. That's all it goes into. Oh, no, there's more. Sorry, there's a whole thing about, okay, what was said in the lawsuit? The lawsuit accused Dr. Wortman of secretly using his own semen, while telling the patient looking to conceive that the donor had been a local medical student. Factually, almost accurate. It alleged the doctor kept the secret even after the daughter, his biological offspring, later became his gynecology patient. So he,
So he was.
So
okay.
he was like right there. So that's where the examining comes in. He's looking at their twits.
But in a professional manner.
In a professional manner, of course.
Medical. How further away from twat can you get? Gynecology. After taking a DNA genealogy test, the daughter discovered that she has at least 9 half-siblings, her medical malpractice suit said. Ooh. The lawsuit and the follow-up DNA testing with Dr. Wortman's daughter from the first marriage confirmed the genetic link. This is proper, like, Jerry Springer level shit, this.
Should be on Jeremy Kyle.
Let's find out what the DNA test said.
Cancelled it.
Don't know why he's Australian.
You fathered them all. Everyone in the audience. Me.
Are you the father? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh,
Now,
yeah, all of them.
if you were under investigation for doing something like inspecting
Which I'm definitely
your
Why would you imply that?
half-daughter's vagina, you would fake your own death in a hand-built plane crash.
You would hand make the crash.
would hand-build the
and then be
crash,
like,
yeah.
and then and pretend you
I mean, if
flew
you think
off.
about it, it's like, what's his name who filmed Michael Bay? He hand-builds plane crashes all the time.
That's it, exactly. That's what the whole special effects teams
might
do, right?
never have actually built the plane, just built a crash scene.
That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm going flying. I'll be back later.
Yeah. Hope I don't
Nudge,
crash.
nudge, wink.
Make sure you don't check out these exact coordinates.
My will's in the top drawer.
Definitely didn't do anything nonsense and horrible.
the investigation for the plane. We're on to the plane crash part.
Okay,
now.
we're on to air crash investigation.
The less
team.
noncy part of the entire story. So it says that the investigation indicates a serious fault down the plane. The wings of the aircraft became detached. Now, as far as serious faults go, one could assume that the wings detaching from the fuselage is quite a significant one.
The wings were made of bread.
You can still admit it. The plane was made of duct tape and matchsticks, and we found it in a pile.
I mean, wings are a pretty crucial part. It has been known through science and history that is...
Yeah, the Wright brothers started off without wings, didn't they? That was their first mistake.
That was when they were known as the Wrong Brothers.
The silly brothers.
That's where they came up with the design for a submarine.
Now, the worst part about it all is the plane, the wingless plane, actually crashed into an orchid.
Is it a plane if it's got no
Into a
wings?
what?
An orchid.
An orchid?
No, an orchard.
Oh, right. I was going to say just a single orchid.
You heard orchid, I heard orca. So
It crashed into a...
in my mind, it's crashing into a big whale.
So there's some good stories coming out of this.
Yeah.
One, he crashed into a whale. Two, he crashed into a single plant.
I mean, imagine,
Really big one. Really big orchid.
imagine explaining that.
Tried to eat him.
Yeah, really.
Imagine
Really
explaining
sturdy
that.
as well.
It was as if it was a tree. But we just call it an orchid.
Imagine explaining it to your neighbour, though. You're both in competition with each other about who's got the best orchard. Because an orchard is where you grow flowers and stuff.
An
right?
orchard is like an apple.
Apple trees. Yeah, loads of trees.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like a greenhouse, but without the glass bit. It was just like a collection of plants.
What?
An orchard.
Let's get a definition. Orchard is
to
usually...
me, an orchard is like an apple orchard
yeah.
where you just grow apples.
Okay, but imagine so you and your neighbour are in competition who's got the best orchard.
Yeah.
And then
A plane.
And then imagine explaining that. Oh, well, this guy who inspected his own half-daughter's vagina crashed his wingless plane
I don't
into
think
mine.
you'd know that at first.
Oh, no, everybody knew.
A piece of enclosed land planted with fruit trees. So, yeah, specifically fruit trees.
But I was also kind of right.
No, you weren't.
Fruit trees only.
Like an area of plants without the greenhouse
Of
bit.
trees, an area of trees that grow fruit on them.
Yeah.
I think you're describing a garden, my friend.
I think you are.
You know what? You're absolutely
and you're
right.
Like, you know when you're competing with your neighbour who's got the best orchard, no garden.
Well, I lost
Sitting out
that.
in my orchard today.
I lost that.
It's just on the patio.
There's an apple there.
Look at this lovely orchard I've got.
No, it's a garden. I have an apple. I'm eating the apple, and there is a pear over there.
There's two fruits.
Oh, well, sorry, I didn't see the pear. You're absolutely right. It's an orchard.
Orchards.
So he crashed into an orchard.
So basically, yeah. So
Quite secluded as well, normally orchards, aren't they? You'd have people
Yeah.
manning them. He could have snuck into that orchard, created
Set
this
up his-
debris pile.
his hand-built crash.
His hand-built crash, yeah.
And then he was like, oh, fuck, I forgot to put wings on it. Oh, well, they'll never notice.
Oh, he tried to come back with the wings,
Later on, oh,
but there was someone there, and he was like, "Shit, just leave them here." And ran off. Like, oh, we found them 100 foot away.
they must have detached.
It must have been a serious fault on the plane.
Absolutely. Look, the wings have gone miles.
Right, it's been a crazy one, guys. I've got the stale taste of tuna and what's it at the back of my throat, which is something I never thought I'd hear myself saying.
Lovely, mate. What are you on about?
My friends. So, if you've enjoyed the show, tell a friend, tell your work colleagues, tell your family, tell anybody that you think might enjoy it, because we want to get the word out there. We want to take over this motherfucking world, okay? Or if you just want to come and say hello or give us ideas for stories, suggestions, topics, whatever you want, then you can find us on the socials, as previously mentioned, at Killer Rabbit Pod, or you can email us at killerrabbitpodcast@gmail.com. Come and say hello. We won't bite, but we may make you into a sandwich and then bite. Okay? So, we'll catch you next time. We're bringing this motherfucker to the end.
We gotta win this motherfucker.
I'm Sam.
I'm Benson.
Adam.
And we're going. Bye for now.
Bye.